Hello and welcome back to the Pet and Core Sports Show presented by Prospect Apparel. Today we are joined by the man who owns this company, Nathaniel Wood. How you doing, man?
I'm very well, thank you, mate. Just getting back into training, getting back into the swing of things now, and yeah, it's good to be back in the gym and getting back into some sort of shape. So that's all good.
So obviously recently you injured your knee. I saw the video. You smacked into something, right? Your knee hit something.
Yeah.
What exactly was the injury? It looked like a cut, but was there something more significant in that?
No, so luckily it was just the cut, but it went so deep, like mate. At the time when I had my knee bent, I could see like everything. I could see my bone. So obviously my first initial thought was thinking, have I done some serious damage inside? Luckily, it doesn't seem that way. The skin's healing up nicely. I'm just starting to get back into training, but unfortunately, it was about 14 massive stitches in my knee. So I couldn't, for about 4 days, I couldn't even straighten the leg at all. So I literally had, I would say about, I think 3 weeks, no training. So obviously with no training, I couldn't, fight obviously in this London card, which, was a gutting. That was a sickener as well because as well it was such a freak accident injury. It was almost more annoying. I'd have
Yeah.
rathered in a way a proper injury. I'd be like,
Yeah,
right, I've
traditional kind of torn ACL or something, right?
yeah, because part of me was thinking, could I just, not tell the UFC and, I don't know, just try and go in on a couple of weeks' notice. But my dad was like, mate, this is your career, so you've got to be sensible with it. And yeah, unfortunately, had to pull out, but, everything happens for a reason. And, I'm hoping that the big man upstairs has got a plan for me.
And before this injury and before even the Lerone fight was announced, we talked, I believe it was after the Jourdain fight, and you mentioned you needed more surgery on your hand, obviously coming from
Yeah.
the Casey Kenny fight. So was that surgery successful and the hand's all good now?
Yeah, so the hand still gives me problems, but nowhere near as bad. So yeah, that's one injury out of the way, and now for another one. And mate, I'm just getting old. I think I've been in this game now for 14 years, so I've got a lot of wear and tear on the body. But luckily, most of it I'm able to deal with. But the hand was something that I needed to get that sorted. Every fight, it just constantly was knocking it back again. So that's one thing off the list. And now, yeah, I'm trying to get rid of all the other little niggly injuries and hopefully I'll be back in there nice and fresh soon.
So you mentioned wanting to come back. Obviously, everyone wants to see you come back. You're one of the most exciting prospects in the world. Um, the return, do you have a timeline, June, July kind of time? What's your plan on that front?
So I've actually got a stag do at the end of June for my wedding. So I'm hoping before that. But yeah, if let's just say I'm back to training right now, give me 2 months,
Okay.
maybe a little bit longer, 10 weeks, and I'll be right as rain. So, hopefully end of May, beginning of June, something like that would be nice. And then yeah, once I'm fit and healthy, man, I just want to keep fighting. So, if I come out of a fight uninjured, yeah, let's go again 2 weeks later. I don't mind doing that. Now I've obviously moved up a weight. I haven't got to cut serious amounts of weight, and I just need to be in fighting shape. But after obviously this London card coming up, I definitely want to get that fight with Lerone. Absolute respect to him, but I think we need to see who the better featherweight is out of the UK out of me and him.
And you mentioned Lerone, obviously, he's got a big, important fight this weekend. Maybe a little bit more pressure on him, a debuting undefeated fighter. Are you aware of Gabriel Santos, and have you looked at any of his stuff and how Lerone might match up with him?
If I'm honest, I haven't. I've never heard of him. But obviously, as soon as it got announced, I quickly had a little look, and he's, I think, 10-0,
Yeah.
undefeated LFA champion. So, he's obviously got some legit skills, and obviously, I know who he is now. So yeah, I'm hoping Lerone gets the win, of course. Because yeah, I don't know if I want to fight him if he loses, but yeah, hopefully Lerone goes in there, has a good fight, come out uninjured, and then hopefully we can get that rescheduled ASAP.
And let's get right to what we originally planned this interview to do, man. With the Prospect Apparel, you obviously announced the Prospect Academy. Awesome thing. I did a promo for it yesterday, and I'm
Yeah.
super excited for it. But I don't know if I hit all the bases on that. Can you just tell us a little more about what this Prospect Academy is that obviously launches on Saturday?
Yeah, so basically So obviously I have the clothing brand Prospect Apparel, and we want to kind of build a community, you know, build something that is different from your other clothing brands. You know, how can we bring people together? So we've got this subscription. It's kind of like an OnlyFans, but without the nudity. You know, we're going to have all of my coaches available for the world to, I guess, train with necessarily. You know, I've had people message me and say, mate, I'd love to train with your team, but I live, you know, in Spain or whatever. So now technically they can, you know, it will be obviously online, but you have a forum so you can talk to my coaches and say, even myself, if I'm teaching something, you know, obviously in my clothing brand at the same time, you know, and I'm teaching a technique. If someone has questions, they can message me on the forums and I'll reply, you know, probably straight away. My coaches, obviously, I can't say they're going to reply straight away. It might be the 24-hour period. And then we're giving other benefits, you know, so we're going to do free shipping. I think the shipping is normally about £3 if it's in the
Yeah.
UK. And the subscription is going to be under £5. So even if you just ordered one item off us a month, that's basically your subscription paid for. You're going to get your exclusive discount code, which I believe is 25%. That's a lifetime thing. It's for you, personal. You can use it whenever you want. If you want to use it to buy your girlfriend something, you can do that. But it will be set to the person's email address. So, you know, obviously it'll only work if you're a subscriber with us. And yeah, it's just to try and build something. You know, we're going to have backstage content. So things that maybe people would put on YouTube, but we're going to make it all private. You know, it's kind of we want to give our customers and the people that have been supporting myself and my business partner, we want to kind of give something back. So, you know, the little subscription charge is basically to cover the coach's fee. And, you know, any profits that we make from that's just going to go back into the business, make better clothing and, you know, be able to sponsor people like yourself, you know. Yeah, we're not there to try and, you know, make millions and spend it. We want to build something and, you know, build a community, man. You know, I think it would be cool. And even on the forums, we're going to have like a chat. So when the UFC cards are on, you know, we all come together and we can all be sitting there chatting. And, you know, it gives just customers a chance, or fans of me, to talk to me, my coaches, Brad Pickett, you know, anyone involved in there. We can just all kind of hang out virtually, I guess. But yeah, mate, it's cool. And I'm really looking forward to it. You know, it's been good fun, especially while I've been injured. You know, it's been good fun arranging it all. And, you know, I've got the best guys in building websites and content. And yeah, I feel like it's going to be special. So, you know, I'm hoping we can get a good group of people together for it.
And you mentioned the free shipping. For me, as someone who lives in Germany, is like it's a weird spot where, you know, all shops are from the UK or from the US. So, you know, I get the customs tax every time I
Yeah.
order something. So I get hit big time by everything. So I'm so thankful that not only is there free shipping, but the promo code. I mean, it's a great idea, and I think it's going to build a community, not only like the UK, because obviously you have a lot of UK fans, but more of
Yeah.
an international fan base for you and for your coaches, and also help everyone see more with the UFC. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope so, mate. And as I say, we're really not here trying to make a big profit and trying to take money and get as rich as we can. You know, we want to just build something. And I'm happy for this to build for years to come and still not necessarily make a profit. So if I can get clothing out there and just get it to cover the cost. So that's why, you know, the free shipping thing, it's gonna take profits right down for us. But if I can get my brand out there, you
Yeah.
know, hallelujah. You know, I'm happy with that. So that's the plan anyway. So, you know, hopefully people enjoy it. And mate, I want people to enjoy it for what it is. You know, I want people to come online and be involved in the forums, you know, look at tutorial videos. And I hope that they appreciate the skills that my coaches are showing. And, you know, I'm very spoiled with the coaching team I've got. So it'd be nice to, you know, give it to people who may not live near a gym or, you know, have access to that sort of coaching system.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's really great, and like you saying, like it's worth what your daily cup of coffee. Like that's what you said the subscription cost was. Like,
Yeah.
you know, most services that you're offering, like they're so expensive monthly, and that's why like I never sign up for these things because there's so much. But you saying it will be what, £3, £5, like that.
Yeah.
That's great. You know, it's really great.
Yeah, mate, that's what I mean. A lot of these people are, you know, they're doing it to make the money, and then get rich quick kind of thing. You know, I'm not interested in that, man. I'll make my money in fighting at the moment. You know, I've got hopefully a lot of years left in me, so I don't need to make money from this. This isn't my get rich scheme. You know, this is just, hey, I want to build up some loyal customers, some loyal fans of mine, you know, a way of interacting, you know. And as I say, the small charge, it's affordable. So, you know, the kids out there that are, you know, maybe asking their parents, can they join this subscription thing? They're not going to afford £100 up front for a year necessarily. But a couple of quid a month, cool. They might be able to afford that. And yeah, hopefully it helps, you know, because there's a lot of fighters out there that don't have access to decent gyms. You know, they may have a local boxing club if they're lucky, and, you know, they want to learn something. Maybe they want to have a little chat and say, you know, they want to ask me a question. Maybe how long did it take you to get in the UFC, or what would they recommend that they do training on their own, or whatever. And, you know, it'll be nice to give back a little bit. So, yeah, obviously the subscription, as I say, mate, it covers for the video, the people that obviously do the filming, the photography, the website, you know, all this stuff costs, man. So there's only so much I can put in myself until, you know, I need something to come back a little bit and cover the costs.
Recently, I've noticed on your Instagram, there's two things. I've noticed you've been really getting into chess. You've been playing everyone in games of chess. So what's that like? Is that just sharpening your mind, sharpening your fight IQ?
Mate, I've always loved chess, and there's a chessboard at the gym now. So, yeah, every time I go in, you know, you want to play chess? You want to play chess? I actually had Yasada come round the other day and to do the drug testing, and they turned up at the gym, and I had to obviously wait until I needed a wee, so I just said, you want to play chess? And he did, and I smashed him, man. I absolutely smashed him. So,
Don't be surprised
yeah,
if
I
you get
do like...
positive tests then, right?
Oh, mate, yeah, let's hope he doesn't set me up. But yeah, you know, I've always loved chess, and, you know, for me, MMA, mixed martial arts, is human chess. So, you know, I think it's a very good game in just training your mind. And, you know, it's tough, man. You know, when you got tough people you're playing against, there's no better feeling than, right, next time, you know, I'm going to get you. And yeah, it's a good bit of fun in the gym in between sessions and stuff.
And I noticed another thing. You've been training your dog, right? It's
Yeah.
defending it to defend you and your fiance, right?
So, long story short, a Belgian Malinois, the breed, they're very high drive. So they need to be doing stuff like that. You know, he does, I don't know if you've seen, he got gold for the wall climb. So he done a 2.4 meter wall, ran up the wall, got the thing at the top. And he loves it, mate. You know, some dogs, I guess, don't want to necessarily be biting and doing that sort of work. But, mate, he loves it. You know, as soon as I take him to the training center, he's, you know, itching to go. And, yeah, the thought of having a dog that is there for me, my fiance, he knows a threat, you know, so it's the opposite of causing a dog to be aggressive. You know, once you have a dog trained, they will know, okay, when there's a threat, dad will tell me, because he has these commands. You know, he's not just an anxious dog that thinks that anyone's out to get him. He is the loveliest dog, mate, the most friendliest dog you'll ever meet, unless I say the commands that I need to say, which hopefully I never need to. But, you know, if me or my fiance ever did, then yeah, not only have they got me to worry about, they got him to worry about as well.
You know, I've got a little West Highland Terrier, and I think if I trained my dog to do the same thing, it would be like getting a kiss, right? Because he's so small.
Yeah.
It would just be like a little kiss, but he's more like a cat than a dog anyway. He's more like to cuddle, likes to sleep in the sun, no biting.
Yeah.
He's not aggressive whatsoever.
Yeah. No, well, mate, that's the thing as well. It's a deterrent, right? So if someone went to burgle your house, I bet he would be yapping away, and
Yeah,
before
no,
you know
he
it,
he
you're
yaps,
awake.
but
And
I think he's relatively harmless to a degree, at
yeah,
least.
unless it's a very small person, maybe.
Exactly. If a toddler robs my house, then maybe
You're
he'll be a
good.
good
You're good.
guard dog. And you have three teammates fighting on Friday at Cage Warriors, right?
Actually, four. We also
Four
have
teammates. Okay.
yeah, we have a lady called Kate who's also fighting. She's not been with us that long at the moment, but yeah, she's also on Cage Warriors, so I will be supporting her as well. But I just didn't have a picture to upload of her on the Cage Warriors.
Yeah, man. Loner Kavanagh, obviously, he's one of these prospects I've watched, and his first fight, you know, that knockout was incredible, and then his second fight
Yes.
was really impressive too. Trying to make it 3-0 now, right?
Yep.
That's what it is. So, how you feeling about his matchup? I just want to ask you like about his matchup and things.
Mate, super confident. Lonnie's we call him Lonnie, sorry, Lona Kavanagh. He is a guy that he could go in the UFC tomorrow, and I'll be confident that he would win, no issues whatsoever. You know, he's very, very talented, and yeah, I'd happily bet on it for him to win in any fashion he likes.
And Nikita Badgley and Wesley Meyer are also fighting. What do you think of their matchups? And then we'll move on to UFC 286.
Honestly, mate, I think it's going to be a clean sweep for the team. I think they're all great matchups for the boys, and you know, I think they're matchups that work in their favour. I'm lucky enough to train with them, and I can assure you that they are all very, very legit fighters. And yeah, I'm going to be there supporting them. So, you know, fingers crossed they get the job done. But yeah, I have no doubt that they will. They'll be getting their hand raised.
That's awesome. Now let's get to the fights. I've created a new screen thing. It's not going to show on Zoom, but you'll see when I release the video. This is going to look really cool. I'm going to have the main card here and then us two like above it. So just transitioning to that. And then so I believe I don't have it open, but I've transitioned it now. So obviously 286, big main event, the trilogy fight, Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards 3. Obviously UFC 278, an amazing head kick, right? I was in my grandma's house and it was 1 a.m. I was in America at the time. I had to do everything in my power not to scream when that head kick landed. I mean, that was nuts, right?
Yeah, mate. Leon's legit, man. You can't knock him for that. You know, he hanged in there and got the job done. And I think he's going to get the win again because, as well, what I think is going to be a big disadvantage for Usman is that he has that chink in his armor now. You know, he's been knocked out. So coming into that fight, I don't think he's going to feel as invincible as he would have in the past. And I think that that's going to cause him problems. So, you know, it's obviously a 5-round fight. You know, Leon's obviously got the advantage as well of it being at in home. You know, he hasn't got jet lag or any of them sort of things. You know, I don't know how Kamaru Usman obviously is going to do well with that. And yeah, you know, he's got the crowd behind him, and yeah, I'm confident. I think that he's going to get the job done. So obviously, I'd like him to get the job done. You know, he's my boy. I'm supporting him, and yeah, I think people are going to be surprised. You know, I think a lot of people are thinking that Usman's, well, he might even, is he still the favorite? He might be the favorite.
I think he's the minus, like it's significantly slimmer margin. I think he's like minus 200, so it's relatively close. But obviously, you can't take away what Usman has done in the past.
No, of
you know,
course. Yeah.
Been an amazing champion. And for me, I feel like maybe he's coming back too soon. Being knocked out like that and then coming back, was it I'm not good at math, but 7 months later, right? I feel like that's a little bit too soon.
Yeah, and mate, as I say, it's the mental side of things. So I have a feeling that, you know, when you get knocked out like that, come on, that's got to be that, as I say, chink in your armor. You know, you're not invincible, and you know, I think he's going to have to be dealing with that. But maybe I'm wrong. It's MMA, you know, so anything can happen. But yeah, you know, I'm going to go with Leon Edwards for that one.
Finish? You think he finishes him again?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be in the late rounds as well. I think maybe 4th or 5th round.
Maybe not as spectacular as what transpired in August.
He's going to struggle to outdo that, I think. Yeah, you know, he's going to struggle to match that. But, you know, I think he can get it done. I'm thinking maybe a TKO, you know, like a knockdown, finish ground and pound, the ref jumps in, that sort of thing. So, yeah, I'm not very good at betting, so don't take me.
But you're not allowed anyway, so that doesn't matter, right?
No,
With
exactly.
the Krause thing.
Yeah, that would be my guess or my bet if I was to do it. But yeah, I'm not very good at it, so don't take my word for that.
And the co-main event is maybe one of the best fights of the year. Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. I mean, that fight, I'm so excited for it. Gaethje coming off the loss to Oliveira. He dropped Oliveira twice in that fight. Still, you know, he lost to DeBronx. DeBronx is unbelievable, but Rafael Fiziev is on a tear right now. After dropping his debut, he's gone 6-0 in the UFC. You know, he's been knocking people out left and right. Yeah. Where do you see this fight going?
Yeah, I think Rafael Fiziev's going to do it. You know, I've been following his career for a long time now, as well as Justin Gaethje. You know, mate, come on, man, you can't hate either of them. But
no,
I just have a feeling that Fiziev's going to do the job, and I think he's going to get it done. But yeah, that's a good fight, man. That is, and you know, I wouldn't be disappointed with either one of them winning. You know, but yeah, I think maybe Fiziev's on his way up, and maybe Justin's on his way down a little bit. But yeah,
And
I'm
do you see a
optimistic.
finish in that fight happening?
No, I think that's going to be a decision.
Decision.
I just think Fiziev's might, outpoint him striking, and yeah, I think he's going to get a decision.
I think for me, one of the factors is can Gaethje turn it into a war? Because when Fiziev fought Bobby Green, his cardio looked shaky because Bobby Green, was talking to him and I think he kind of got on Fiziev's nerves and got him like riled up. And if Gaethje can do that, I think that's his means to win. Can he turn it into a war? The more if it's a technical battle, Fiziev wins it 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I do think though Fiziev's going to be as well trained for this one. He's co-main event, man. I'm sure that he's going to be like, I've trained his absolute heart out for it. So I don't really see him getting fatigued, but yeah, Justin Gaethje, obviously, man, come on, you don't want to have a war with that guy. So
no,
it'll be interesting to see.
And the next fight on the card, I don't know if you're fully aware of the card, but Gunnar Nelson versus Brian Barberena. Barberena stepping in on late notice for, I believe, Daniel Rodriguez. Barberena coming off the loss to Rafael dos Anjos. I don't like this matchup for Barberena at all coming back. He got dominated with ease and submitted by Rafael Fiziev. And Gunnar Nelson, I mean, has amazing jiu-jitsu. So how do you see this fight going?
Yeah, I see Gunnar winning. And I'm a fan of Gunnar Nelson. I've been watching him for years, mate. So yeah, obviously he's had a nice fight camp for this as well, which always helps. And yeah, I'm gonna go with Gunnar submission second round.
Second round, yeah. I don't think there's much more to be said. I think it's one of those fights it's gonna be good on the main card, but it's not like a standout one, if that makes sense.
No. They haven't got me on that.
Next up is Jennifer Maia versus Casey O'Neill. I believe it's a late addition to the main card. I believe there was a swap around with Joanne Wood's fight. Where do you see this fight going? Obviously, Casey O'Neill, undefeated prospect out of down under Australia. So where do you see that fight going? Does Casey O'Neill continue her undefeated ways?
If I'm honest, mate, I'm not really too sure with the girls. I just about can fit the guys in, with the time difference. I'm usually having to play catch up, but from what I've seen of them, yeah, I'm gonna go Casey O'Neill. So let's hope that she can deal with jet lag from coming from Australia.
Yeah, for sure. And the main card opener, I don't know why this is so low on the card, but Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze is a fun fight in the middleweight division. Where do you see that fight going? Obviously, Vettori and Dolidze have trained together. They were teammates before. So where do you see that fight going?
No, I think Vettori, maybe. I'm swearing to him. But yeah, if they've trained together before, I'm sure that they're around similar skill set. Because I don't really get if they trained together before and one was a hell of a lot better than the other, why they would necessarily want to take the fight. But yeah, I can imagine that it's going to be quite close and back and forth. But I think Marvin Vettori is going to get the win. Decision.
And the prelims are also pretty good. I mean, you've got Christian Leroy Duncan making his debut, Muhammad Mokaev coming back after his win in October. Jack Shore, obviously, you must have your eyes on that fight, right? He's fighting Makwan Amirkhani in your division.
Yeah. Of course, I'm gonna be there watching all the fights, man. But yeah, and obviously Lerone's fight. I've got my eyes on that.
Has Dana hooked you up with the box seat?
I don't know where we're seated, but I imagine it's good. I hope it's good anyway. It'd be a bit embarrassing if I turn up and I'm at the back. But yeah, last time we had really good seats, so I can only imagine it's going to be good ones this time as well.
With the Prospect Academy, you should get Prospect Academy box, so all the subscribers can for the UFC London. Like get all the subscribers out there. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Exactly that, mate. That would be good.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on the show. It was great having you once again. And yeah, hope to see you back in the cage soon.
Yes, mate. And thank you for having me as always.
Hello, everyone. I would like to give a big special thank you to my sponsor, Prospect Apparel, as you can see on my hat and on my t-shirt right now is an awesome clothing brand ran by the UFC Featherweight Nathaniel Wood and his close friend Andrew Mays. Is an awesome clothing brand, great for the gym, great for everyday wear. And they have a range of clothing. As you can see next to me, there's a scrolling of the website. They have so many different items that will work for everyone. And I would like to officially announce their new Prospect Academy launching next Saturday. It is awesome. It is a subscription service, and it will give you training tutorials with his whole team, nutritional advice, injury and rehab maintenance videos, free shipping on all Prospect Apparel orders you make. So if you order something, free shipping no matter where you are. You could be in Germany like me and you can still get it for free. It is awesome. Personal discount code on the shop so you don't have to spend as much money. And backstage content, so when Nathaniel Wood fights, you can see all this behind the scenes stuff, forums, and when you sign up, you get a free gift box. It is awesome. I can't recommend it enough. Thank you to Prospect Apparel for sponsoring the show, and have a great day, everyone.